Hey, it's Couch Co-Optimus. I'm Danny. This is Alex.
I'm Alex.
Today we're going to clean up the streets in Rival Turf for Super Nintendo. We played this recently. We've apparently acquired a special version of the game that has been specially modified to suit us, as you'll find out. First of all, I'm going to make sure to turn on angry mode because both of us are nice and ornery today.
Oh, very ornery.
We've got fire lit under us. We are just angry as all get out. Furious. We're fast and furious. So let's go ahead and start this thing up.
All right. Just need to do a few things here.
These are the actual character names: Jack Flack and Uzi Nelson. Those have not been modified. These are the actual character names in Rival Turf.
Yes, who are you gonna be?
I'm gonna be Jack Flack. You be old Uzi over there.
Okay, I'll be Uzi.
Uzi? God, that's disgusting. Why do they call you Uzi?
He oozes.
Who?
Hello, Smurfum in chat. How y'all? He's saying hello. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
They're saying hello. Whatever.
This is Police Street.
Alright, let's go to Police Street. See if the cops
Or
will
police
help us.
station.
Look, it's Danny and Alex.
Hey, it's Danny and Alex.
Amazing.
Wow, looks just like us.
Yeah. Oh no, a rando! Oh, we can't have that. Oh shoot! Also, you can kind of hurt each other if you want. But I don't really want to. However, I am pretty good at it.
Yeah, I turned on a 2P hit in addition to anger mode. So,
Look at all these randos and jerks!
yeah, I know.
Another jerk!
That's pretty much what life is out here on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Rival Turf.
It's who's D.
It's D. Matty.
Oh no, it's Dave Matthews!
Oh man.
What's he doing here?
This is Rival Turf for the Super Nintendo. It's developed by Jalico. As you may tell, it's inspired by Final Fight, as many games were back in the day.
It's Dave Matthews again. Can't deal with you. Get out of Austin.
All these jerks and Dave Matthews clones.
Who would let Dave Matthews into our town?
You know, it's no wonder the cops won't help us.
They don't want to deal with Dave Matthews. Who does?
Oh, we're both glowing now. I think this is angry mode.
We're so angry! You know what? I am! All these jerks!
I'm a little ticked off, Alex.
Me too. I'm a little ornery.
I'm gonna take it out on these trash cans.
Oh no, a warrior! Well,
He's got nothing to worry about.
Sorry, I'm gonna add a little bit to that friend. There you go. Oh no, Z-Boys! Where's Dogtown?
We're just encountering all kinds of colorful characters.
Yeah, huh. I'm surprised this game wasn't more popular with, you know, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I
meant to look up the story of this game beforehand, but I forgot, so we'll just have to make
punks
it up.
have taken over our town, and it stinks.
Yeah,
we gotta done that.
We gotta take the bus to the punks' hideout. Hey fellas, don't mind us.
I like that guy in the bus. What are they doing?
I like that pose that I do when you grab me.
I'm like, yeah. Alright, let's get rid of this jerk. And,
Sorry.
no, it's alright. Aw, sorry, friend. Look at how worried he looks even, too. He's just like, oh, I don't know about this. Sorry. Oh, another rando. Oh.
Friendly fire just makes these games more fun.
Oh, very much so.
If we were playing Streets of Rage, at some point we would just say screw it and start beating each other up. Because that's how Streets of Rage turns out.
Basically.
But if you were a Super Nintendo owner back in the day, you didn't have Streets of Rage. You had many different Final Fight clones, including this one.
Teeter in chat asks if I just grabbed his, I can't tell if since it's censored, I can't tell what it is, but, I may have grabbed his, series of asterisks. I don't know.
There's a lot of grabbing. This is a grabby game. This game's very hands-on.
Oh, man. No wonder Z-Boys is so sad. He misses his dog town.
I can't get over that pose I do when you
I
grab
know,
me.
it's beautiful.
I gotta grab you. Okay, let me see what kind of pose
Okay, what do I do when you grab me?
Cool.
Nice.
So, back in the day, if you may recall, Final Fight Capcom's landmark arcade beat-em-up, one of my favorite games.
Yes, it is.
It arrived on the Super Nintendo as one of the first games to come out here in North America, but it removed quite a lot from the arcade version, including the two-player mode, and it's just not as much fun to play through Final Fight with one player. So other companies, including Jalico, saw a need to fill the market with two-player beat-em-ups. Which, you know, admirable enough. People on Super Nintendo wanted two-player beat-em-ups.
I think I just pile drove a rando. Man, that's a nice life.
Pile driving randos.
Whoa, who's that guy?
This would be...
Oh no, it's Johnny Cage!
Johnny Cage is not afraid to die.
Yeah, well, Johnny Cage needs to get back in the right game. What's he doing here?
He's hit hard times.
He really has. Get out of here, Johnny.
Hasn't been the same since he switched to Bloodstorm.
Well, you shouldn't have switched to Bloodstorm. Why do you think they crucified you in the other games? Because, you know, literally, I just...
Did they crucify Johnny Cage?
Actually, yes. They did feature him, like, crucified or, like, dead or impaled or some shit. Yeah, that's why he wasn't featured in the game for a while, actually. It's because they were really mad at Daniel Pesina for being like, I think Bloodstorm's better than Mortal Kombat. This warrior is really kicking my ass.
For context, back in the day, the actor who played Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat games... Daniel Pesina is his name. He is the great betrayer of Mortal Kombat, saying that he switched to... Oh my god!
I made you angry, though!
Saying that he switched to a competitor's product, and thus he was crucified afterwards, apparently.
Oh, it's John Cena!
Oh, man. I love to hate that guy.
Oh, man! I can't believe he's here.
I don't see how we're gonna win against John Cena.
Well, I've got his sword, so, the iconic sword of John Cena.
Is that the thing that allows him to win every single match he's
Yes,
in?
absolutely. It's
His
what
magic
gives him
sword.
his muscles, too. It's like, they don't, you know, how some people have their gimmicks, like Laparca has a chair, and, you know, Jeff Jarrett has, whatever, you know, a guitar. He has a giant freaking, sorry about that, so sorry, sorry.
You get so worked up when you talk about wrestling.
I
oh
know
my God.
that I'm, just so you know, I really do try to censor myself, I apologize. I really, no, seriously, I do apologize for that. I try to be
Go on.
Anyway, so, yeah, he uses a giant sword.
Wow, that guy took off.
He was like, nope. Rando is just whatever. Oh man, Internet Technique is here to tell us, hey punk, are you rival turf?
I see we have another Super Nintendo fan in the audience. Another fan of mediocre brawlers.
I love mediocre. Oh man, we're gonna take in a baseball game.
Aww.
Have you noticed that this game just seems like, hey, seems like our fun day out. Like, we take the bus to the baseball stadium.
Yeah, and there's just all these randos trying to ruin our day.
Look,
we're having a fun day out.
And then Johnny Cage and randos and jerks are just...
You were all like, hey Danny, you want to go to the baseball stadium? Let's take the bus there.
And then this warrior is here.
And we had to kill like 50 people just to get here. It's ridiculous.
God, Dave Matthews, go home! Whoa, who's this guy?
That would be...
Engage?!
The N-Gage?
Oh my god! We're being attacked by an N-Gage.
The Nokia N-Gage has taken flesh. And,
Aw, thanks, Smurfum. They gave me some encouragement for, Sorry, I do my best. Apologies. Let's see, what else we got? Ooh, another jerk.
That kind of language would never be allowed in Rival Turf.
Never.
Wait, this isn't even the baseball stadium. This is some kind of running track.
Whoa, we're at the... Are we going to a track and field meet?
We went to the Olympics, and they wouldn't let us in the Olympics, so now we have to beat everyone up.
Let's see who's over here. Not like a Johnny Cage is just walking in to beat us up.
I see a new fella.
Who is it?
Who's this guy?
Oh, it's Life Hack! I'll tell you my life hack. I'll drive you!
Life hack. Play
Rival Turf.
Play alternative beat-em-ups instead of Final Fight on the Super Nintendo.
That's actually a really bad life hack, don't do it.
Life hack. Buy a Sega CD and play Final Fight CD instead. There you go.
Yes, that's a good
That's an actual life hack. This guy will not shut up about his life hacks. He's really
He's like, listen, all I'm saying is you can use an old CD spindle to hold bagels. Just think about it, man.
Life hack. Life hack, when you come up with a new life hack every day, the quality really begins to suffer.
Oh man, we're in the locker room of the Olympics.
Yeah, some Olympians are hiding in here.
That rando literally jumped out of a chair, out of the locker. I love that.
They heard a couple of guys are going around beating everyone up, so now they're trying to hide from us. It ain't gonna happen, though. We will kill all the Olympians before this day is done.
See who else is there. Ooh. I just kind of faded away. Here I am.
You're actually doing better than I am. I've already used to continue.
How many quarters did Mom give us for this,
We have unlimited quarters.
Oh my god, Mom opened a thing in the space-time continuum to give us infinite quarters. Thanks, Mom. I think I killed you, by the way. I like how Dave Matthews was just sitting here and I was like, punk. Engage, no way. Engage with my brand, will you?
Teeter says, life hack, stop getting hit, you nerd. That's what we're screaming at these people right now. Life hack, stop hitting yourself!
Life hack, stop doing this!
That's my character.
Whoa, Dolphin is here!
Dolphin?
What are you attacking us for, Dolphin?
They were hiding dolphins here at the Olympic Stadium.
Well, I think that's personally cheat. I think that's performance enhancing in some way. I mean, like, you can say what you will about the deflated balls of the Patriots, but these are dolphins. I don't think dolphins should be able to compete in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Just because, they can jump, especially in, events like swimming. Maybe track and field, we can do that, but no offense, I don't think they should be in the swimming competition.
I think you're showing unfair prejudice against dolphins.
You know what? I am. I'm just saying.
They've assumed human form and they're trying to fit in our
society.
What?
If they've assumed human form, I guess, but they're beating me up.
How did that even happen?
What were we doing?
I don't know. Okay, we're here at the parking lot in case some people are trying to get away in their cars.
Oh, hey, there's Dingo?
Yeah, Dingo.
Huh. Oh.
That's his nickname.
That's a little odd. I don't know if the edited that or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, let's get Dingo out of here.
This is our first chicken of the game.
Ooh!
This is one of my major criticisms of Rival Turf, actually, because if you'll remember in Final Fight, you were constantly getting weird food and weapons and stuff.
You were totally eating food from the trash, aka the best thing.
Yeah, like every 5 seconds.
No, Johnny Cage, no.
Every 5 seconds, you would open up a trash can and eat a hamburger or something, and it was great. But this game, you rarely get pickups of any kind, and that's kind of disappointing. Also, it's the Super Nintendo, so there's constant slowdown.
Yeah. I love this. I'm the Super Nintendo fan. Danny is the Genesis fan, but
Genesis is better.
I'm learning to love.
Streets of Rage is better than Rival Turf. I'm sorry.
It is. I'm not saying it's not, but I mean, does Streets of Rage let you beat up Dave Matthews and Johnny Cage? I don't think so.
That's true, and Streets of Rage doesn't star players named Danny and Alex.
So
So we can't play it.
God, another dolphin! I feel bad for
Wow, you pile drove that dolphin into the ground.
The dolphin's pissed at me now, and you know what? I don't blame him. I don't... Well... Therianath says, Danny, you're fired.
Well, crap.
There goes Dingo. There goes Jerk. Man, I guess I don't blame these dolphins. You know what? I guess after all the stuff that we've all put dolphins through, I guess they owe it. I guess I could take a couple kicks to the head from a few human-formed dolphins.
Yeah, but these dolphins have teamed up with Dave Matthews and Johnny Cage.
And some randos and jerks, I know. I don't know, man. They could find some better folks to hang out with. It's like, man, don't hang out with people who only have eggs on Twitter. Hang out with some nice people. People who put in the effort to make a photo of me. Be another dolphin or something, I don't know. Just work hard on it, dolphin. Also, you may notice it's kind of a tedious game in the sense that it's a lot of, there's not that much scrolling in comparison to games. Oh my gosh, it's an IQ!
The IQ, yes.
Holy
you remember,
crap.
The Nintendo 64, when it was released in China, was named the IQ, and this guy took on that name because he liked it. He thought it was cool.
Well, you know,
actually, it is kind of a cool name, so good for you.
And not
IQ.
just that, the IQ is, they use that for that's actually the system they use to do Ocarina of Time in speedruns, right?
It's true.
This guy's a speedrunner, I think. That's why he's moving so fast.
Oh man, yeah.
Look at the speedrunner, slow down! Slow down, IQ!
This is Cosmo.
Oh my gosh, Cosmo, stop!
Cosmo took his skills that he learned in Ocarina of Time and took it to the streets.
Why did you do that, Cosmo?
He betrayed us.
Cosmo betrayed
Changed
me.
his name to IQ.
He's got some even special glasses on, so he can better do this. It's awful.
Did you see that thing where I kicked you in the back of the
Yeah,
head?
it was very nice of you.
I sent you into angry mode.
Why? Alright, time to go to the skyscraper. Things are looking up.
Skyscraper City. Things are looking up.
Teeter from chat says, he's taking damage to save time. Kicking your butt. That was an N-Gage hiding in that barrel. It's like when I was working at GameStop. Fucking, seriously, their N-Gages, just like, we were trashing them at the time, and yeah.
Were you really throwing away N-Gages?
N-Gage games, yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Man,
those games are pretty much
okay,
worthless.
can I tell you something though? Okay, so at GameStop, quick story. I worked at a GameStop and we shared a mall. We were right by the, I just threw a brick at some guys and it went nowhere. We shared a dumpster. We were right next to the food court, so we shared a dumpster with the food court. So that meant everything we tossed had to go to the food court dumpster. Now, obviously, when I would throw these things away, a big thing I would want to do, even though legally although technically once it's in the dumpster, it's considered public property unless there is a thing around it. But that's a whole other story. So it's there, and I'm like, man, I'd really like to save some of these. So I think to myself, well, I'll just put this kind of on the outside of the dumpster and get it when I leave. No. You know why? It was the summer. Do you know who... It was the summer in Texas. You know who loves summer in Texas? Bees. You know who loves the dumpsters that are filled with, like, stinky-ass food? Bees.
So you had to risk attacks by bees to get N-Gage games.
And you know what?
And you decided that it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it.
Frankly, that is a wise decision. I would not risk attack by bees to get N-Gage games.
Same.
This guy's keeping the dream alive. He named himself N-Gage. He would jump into a bee dumpster.
Man, life hack was just, it looked like he and Dave Matthews were having a really intense conversation.
Yeah, we just interrupted.
I wonder if Dave Matthews was telling him his own personal life hack about how you went to your bus sewage over bridges.
We're not going into that.
I know. We won't. You can
Dave
look
Matthews,
it
the famous bus dumper. You can look it up.
Teeter from chat mentions that bees love the N-Gage, and you know what? I assume they do, because they were just, man... I did get some, however, there were a few things I was able, because we weren't able to keep games they were trashing, we could keep promotional merchandise, so I ended up, I was on the bus system, and I ended up taking a, whatchamacallit, from, it was from Mark Echo's Getting Up Contents Under Pressure.
It was a character standee.
Yeah, I ended up taking
I still have it.
I took that standee on the bus. By the way, I live in Austin. This was a... Oh, it's Dogtown! Where's Z-Boys? Where's Z-Boys? There's Z-Boys! Look, they're back!
Oh, they're together at
They're
last.
together again, nice.
That's good. I have my own N-Gage story, by the way. Did I
cool.
ever tell it to you?
No, I don't. Well, actually, I have another N-Gage story after this, so you tell me your other N-Gage
I go
story
first.
Okay.
My introduction to the N-Gage was at an arcade here in Austin that no longer exists. It was called Einstein's. That place, oh man, it was so great. When I was in college...
Andore!
He escaped Final Fight.
Oh man, he's here!
When I was in college, there were 4 arcades within walking distance of the University of Texas campus. The year I left, they all closed down.
They knew you were leaving.
They realized I would not be there to keep them in business. Anyway, my first encounter with the N-Gage was at Einstein's. I entered the arcade, started walking around, and this guy approaches me, and he has an N-Gage, and he says, "Hey man, you want to check this thing out? I'm not trying to sell it or anything. Just thought you'd like to check this out, see what it's like." And I played about 5 seconds of Tomb Raider on N-Gage, and I was like, "That's weird, dude. Here you go." And he walked away. So, back in the day, I guess the N-Gage had embedded marketers in arcades in Austin.
Hey, that means I've got 2 N-Gage stories for you because...
Oh boy.
when the N-Gage, they actually were doing heavy marketing in Southern California as well, including at Universal Studios Hollywood, where I happened to go one day with a friend of mine at the time, and it was, there's a whole setup of the N-Gage.
I'll save you.
Thank you. No.
I saved you and killed you.
Alex is back again. Someone's telling me not to trust somebody because they are made out of... Teeter's saying don't trust somebody because they're made out of bees. Well...
I wouldn't trust anyone made out of bees.
Honestly. So, my other... So, it was funny because it was a huge, like, promotional setup with a bunch of, like, bros being like, yeah, pay the N-Gage! Ultimate gamer experience, bro! And, I went to the kiosk, no one was there, I played some things, and I was like, this isn't fun. Second story. I'm still, again, living in California. It's a year later, and I'm going to a convention in San Jose. I live in Southern California, so, oh, the guy in the... Okay, Teeter mentions the guy in the arcade was made of bees. Well, some people...
Man, those bees, they're...
Everywhere, man.
They got their hands in everything these days. I bet they shut down the arcades in Austin.
So, the entire trip...
This guy is tossing us.
Man, frickin' is this Johnny Cage or the N-Gage? I forget who. I think this is Johnny Cage. He's kicking our asses!
Johnny Cage, not afraid to die.
He's really not. So, I was going on a trip to San Jose, and there's a lot about this that I can't go into because it really...
Who is this? I don't like the look of this guy.
I don't like this, yeah.
Is he made of bees?
No, he's 26 bears!
That's unusual.
How is this guy made out of 26 bears?
26 bears shrunk themselves down and turned into a
man.
man.
So, jeez.
That's really bizarre, even for this
game.
game.
That's not common. So, let's get this.
I guess it's time to beat up 26 bears.
Yeah, so I'm on my... There's a lot about that San Jose trip to go back to that made literally no sense. It's a very long story. I won't get into it, but I already felt like I had no sleep, and I had been up for hours upon hours, like over 24 hours, and I had only had coffee, and I thought that basically nothing... It felt like a complete and utter dream, and it didn't feel real.
Like you were fighting 26 bears?
Like I was fighting 26 bears, yes. So at one point on the trip, I'm just a passenger, the guy sitting next to me, he's like, oh man, I've got an N-Gage, you want to play? He's like, look at this. You know who it was. It was that one guy who I was, not that guy, but the guy who I like, who, you know. And so he's like, yeah, I think it's not that bad, but try this Crash Bandicoot game, man. And anyways, because he was a collector.
Hang on, there was a Crash Bandicoot game for N-Gage?
Or it was like a racing game, or something like that, man.
Oh, yeah, I bet they did release Crash Team Racing for the N-Gage.
Oh, man, Snubbles from chat, who I know is a fan of bears, is maybe a bit unhappy that we kicked those bears' butts.
Mode 7.
Mode 7, and we're going to, real far south.
South of the border, in fact.
Yeah. Southern
Mountain, Mexico.
I guess so. Or even in Mexico, or are we in South America? I think we're in Mexico. I can't tell. The art here. Well, our plane crashed, it looked like.
Alright, so why did we take a helicopter to Mexico?
Why didn't we take a plane? Well, we were going on a trip, I guess. After we went to the Olympics, we were like, well, time to go to Mexico.
We learned something from 26 Bears. We got some information.
And Dora's back.
I like that guy. Whoa! Damn!
Sorry, friend.
You just anger moded me right into the ground. That was awful.
Snubbles from chat mentions that they know a lot about bears, and they don't think that guy was even one bear, to be quite honest.
Yeah, those bears would have to like shrink themselves down. Maybe it was
they're just like maybe it was bears in like other terminology of what that means. I don't know.
Bear cubs.
Yeah, just
tiny
a bunch of
bears.
tiny bears. You know, baby bears. Maybe they were bear toys. Maybe they were teddy bears. Hey, a rock.
I can see that happening. Wow, yeah, a rock. See, that's what I mean about this game not having many power-ups. Like, you go an entire stage without any weapons, and then it gives you a rock. And that's it. And you don't see another weapon for another 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
Final Fight, you'd be picking up pipes and swords and, like, knives. I really like
Hot
Final
dogs,
Fight.
all kinds of things.
I'm just gonna pretend we're playing Final Fight.
Yeah, well, Andorra is here, so maybe we are. You know all the N-Gages in the original Final Fight. The original N-Gage was great, though, because you had to talkin' it weird, for those who don't remember. In fact, there's a whole website about it called Side Talkin'. And not just that, you had to disassemble part of it to put in new games.
Oh, I haven't actually said what the N-Gage is. It's like this portable console that Nokia made back in the early 2000s. It was also a phone. It was the first phone and game console, I believe. That doesn't sound like it's true.
Now, a lot of, well, in the sense that it was the first specifically marketed as it was the only phone that had separate game cartridges for it, because it did have carts. It wasn't like mobile phone games at the time, which were mostly just really cheap JavaScript .mobi files.
It was great too, because the games came on little game cards, and in order to switch them out, you had to unscrew a screw with a screwdriver. It was a very well thought out system, and you had to talk into it taco. It's a very distinctive look that is available on the internet.
Yeah, it's gone. The N-Gage is, dead.
The N-Gage is gone, but it lives on in this character in Rival Turf for the Super Nintendo.
The super fan. I'm just surprised they were so pressy to put him in there. Anyways, here's another jerk.
I've had it with all these jerks. We've killed like 50 jerks so far, and 70 randos.
I guess we did it. What's next?
I don't even know.
Who's that guy sleeping? Wake up!
Wake up! It's time to get beat up.
Wake up, N-Gage! Wake up! It's time to visit the bees in the dumpster.
So you may notice this game is kind of disjointed, like nothing makes sense or is ever explained. That's because when they brought this game over to the US, they pretty much removed all the story elements.
Why?
To make it easier to localize, because they didn't think people would care.
Well,
a lot of things.
Calico.
This, in Japan, this is actually the first game in a series. This is called Rushing Beat. There are a couple of sequels called Rushing Beat Shura and Rushing Beat
Oh, look
something
at N-Gage!
else.
He doesn't want me to beat him up!
Well, too bad. All three of those games in the Rushing Beat series eventually made their way to North America, and all of them had completely different names, which was weird. So, Rival Turf 2 was released over here as Brawl Brothers.
Oh, wow, really?
And Rival Turf 3 is known as the Peacekeepers. And all three of those games were modified in strange and stupid ways, like removing all the story elements, making them completely incomprehensible. That isn't to say that they're better games with the story, it's still just kind of an okay beat-em-up series, but you know.
Oh, good, we got that right now. I've like blocked him 20 times.
Also, if you look in the lower left of our stream layout, you will see the cover art for Rival Turf in North America. Specifically,
the two wonderful lads featured on the cover art for Rival Turf. Hey!
Hey?
M-Dog's here.
Oh, hey.
We're playing Rival Turf, and yeah, this is a odd edition we found. It's got our names in it. Usually these guys are
We're two Dannys!
Oh no!
You messed
Dannys!
up! You messed up! We entered the... Oh my god, you're throwing grenades, too.
We're two Dannys! We're in weird mode!
Wow, alternate costume Danny.
Man.
Alt costume Danny is wearing a Canadian tuxedo.
He is! He's wearing a whole Canadian tuxedo.
That's awesome.
Snubbles asks if we are the Brawler Brothers, and I guess so.
We're the Brawl Brothers.
Alex...
Also known as the Peacekeepers. Also known as the Rival Turfers.
But yeah, those are the guys in the corner are the cover art guys who we both have a very big fondness for. I didn't mean to be Danny, but this is pretty funny.
They're trying so hard to look tough.
They look pretty tough.
Man, look at this guy. He was just relaxing. Now we're gonna beat him up.
Anyways, here's another dolphin who we're beating up. Let's get this N-Gage here. Johnny Cage, I'm sorry, it's Johnny Cage. Man, IQ just disappeared, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I hope he comes back. I'm a fan of anyone who can... I'm a fan of Cosmo Wright, you know?
I wonder how his IQ is doing these days.
Yeah, let's ask him.
I don't think he's even playing Ocarina of Time anymore.
He's like, I'm too mature for that. I've moved on to beating people up in Rival Turf. Yeah, he's transformed
Cosmo Wright has
himself.
switched to Rival Turf.
He really has. Wow, rude.
That was a speedrun tactic.
Thanks.
You're welcome. We got ourselves a Dogtown.
Oh, there's Z-Boys?
We got Dogtown and Z-Boys on the same screen.
Oh,
we are truly blessed.
Internet technique from chat mentioned that the kids look like they're from Degrassi. And yes, they do look like they're from Degrassi Junior High. Or Degrassi High, gosh.
Man, this was a weird episode of Degrassi.
Yeah, remember when everybody had to go beat up the Dogtown and the Z-Boys and all the randos? Yeah, remember when that one kid, the kid who had that prog rock dad?
That was that drug awareness episode where all the kids took drugs and then they beat up everyone in Canada.
It was really... It really made a difference. It really made a difference.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's a dingo.
Canadians don't take drugs anymore after that episode.
And Doug mentions that this is a denim paradox.
We have so much denim between the two of us right now.
It's very Canadian.
I think I just dyed my denim jacket red so you could differentiate between us.
Ah! Look at that kick! Jeez!
Yeah, I like his kick.
It's so... Look! My legs don't do that!
He makes a good noise when he does it too. Yeah.
Oh man. we get our asses kicked for that?
Yeah, Dingo's
sorry.
just watching us and being like, what a couple of dumbasses.
Oops. What's next? Ow. Mad at me for stealing your tux, or,
Hey! Hey! You backdrop that oil drum! That rules!
Yes!
Alright, maybe this game's better than I thought it was.
Well, time to beat up these dolphins. Nintendo of America, I'm surprised they didn't change that, considering. Alright,
Nintendo's dolphin safe.
They are. They love those dolphs.
Dolphs.
Dolphs, you know, that's how we call it in the speedrun world, you know?
Yeah, a couple dolphs. Watch out, it's an engage.
Watch out, Johnny Cage.
I wonder if anyone speedruns this game.
You mean us?
Right now we're attempting a world record on Rival Turf. Special modified edition.
Special speedrun edition. SE.
Okay, so you may have noticed by now that this is
Okay.
a special modified version for me and Alex. We have unlimited continues. The enemies have somewhat goofier names, but not by much.
Yeah.
The original names are kind of goofy.
Yeah,
Dingo is
Dingo
the-
is actually an original name.
I demanded that
yeah.
we did not change Dingo.
Yeah, I may have had a hand in changing some of the names here, so,
Just a few.
just, yeah.
But hey, I can't get into a game unless I'm playing as a character named Danny.
And I can't get into a game unless I'm beating up the personification of N-Gauges, so there you go.
We have very specific tastes here.
It's, yeah. Alright.
God dang, Dingo. God dang.
Alright, Dingo.
You've made me angry.
I'm just gonna wait over here for Dingo to come on screen. There you go. Anyways, you can see we're doing...
Synchronized jump kicks.
How did we do that? We didn't plan any of that, by the way.
Nope.
We're just...
It just kind of
Oh,
happened.
who's here? 50 bees! I'm out of here!
Oh my god. The bees are back. 50 bees.
It's 50 bees!
You know, that actually looks like it's 50 bees.
That looks
stuck-
like it's made out of 50 bees, oh my gosh!
That's 50 bees have taken over a human body, and they're out to stop the bee
50
police.
bees!
Good lord, that's a lot of bees.
That's too many bees! Teeter mentions that we're pleasing her, and I'm glad we're making y'all. I'm glad you're laughing as we attempt to fight 50 freaking bees!
It's not that easy.
Fastest speedrun Smebs found was 40 minutes 4 seconds, so
This is a long game for a beat 'em up.
it actually is.
40 minutes is pretty darn long.
We're actually hitting that mark soon ourselves, but I think we're almost done. So
Yeah, we're getting close to the end.
it is a pretty long beat 'em up for even for having infinite continues and whatnot. We're still it's still taking us a bit. Hey, Metal Dragon Rider just shut up in chat. Hey, Metal Dragon Rider.
I'm also glad we played this instead of Final Fight 2, because
Are there any bees in Final Fight 2?
there are no bees in Final Fight
Well,
2,
well, that's-
first of all. Second of all, yeah, there were Super Nintendo exclusive sequels to Final Fight, and they did add co-op multiplayer, but I played through Final Fight 2 recently, and it's not great. I'd say Rival Turf is actually the better game.
Wow.
Final Fight 2 is just kind of boring. I actually haven't played Final Fight 3. I should. I hear it's actually a lot better. Maybe one of these days. More likely, though, I'll probably just end up replaying one of the Streets of Rage games instead.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have switched characters.
No, I want to turn back into Alex after I die. Well, hey! Thanks, I guess.
Whoa, I killed you!
You sure did.
Sorry, bro.
Well, to catch you up, Metal Dragon Rider, we're playing Rival Turf. It is a beat 'em up on the Super NES. It is an interesting game, and we may or may not, you can decide for yourself, have made a few changes to it. Maybe.
It's
Oh
Rival.
my gosh, it's 3 Dave Matthews!
He's cloning himself at this unprecedented rate. I don't like it.
And I threw a rando into an N-Gauge.
Cool. What other game can you say that and honestly mean it? Rival Turf, it's got its charms, I'll admit. Not my favorite beat 'em up, but you know.
This guy.
Also, Rival Turf, made by Jalico, who, if you've played video games for a number of years, you may have some experience with Jalico games.
Tell us about Jalico, Danny.
Jalico. They were always like kind of this third-string developer. They had their biggest hit probably on the NES with the Bases Loaded series, and after that, not really that much of note.
I just threw Dogtown into a Z-Boy, I think. I'm really happy with that. Continue.
That's appropriate. Oh man, Super Nintendo era, what did Jalico do then? I can't even remember. I just know afterwards they just kind of went off the deep end and started releasing weird games like a lowrider game for the PS2 and
oh, that game! That game is actually really interesting.
It is. There was
'Cause you
lowrider
do
for PS2.
dancing
There
with
was
your car.
there was the classic PS1 game called The Irritating Stick.
And
That is not a joke. That's an actual game title, and Jalico released it. So basically,
Lifehack is back, along with Andore.
Jalico's kind of a loose cannon company. You can't really tell what they're gonna do.
Didn't they make that rhythm game with those interesting songs?
Stepping Selection.
Yes.
Yeah, they ripped off Dance Dance Revolution at some point and added FMV backgrounds.
And I think those FMV backgrounds are probably the most interesting part of the game. You can actually, I'll plug Danny here. He's actually ripped them and put them on YouTube. So
I recommend watching Ghostbusters.
Just if anything, please just watch Ghostbusters. Ooh. There we go. I'm Alex.
If before you die, you need to see Jalico's interpretation of the Ghostbusters theme.
It's really beautiful.
In order to have lived a full life, you need to watch that video.
Put it on your bucket list of things to put in buckets, and when you're in that bucket, watch that. I don't know what a bucket list is.
When you're in the bucket.
When you're in your own bucket. Build yourself a giant bucket with YouTube capabilities. Get in it and watch the Ghostbusters theme
That guy
by
just
Jalico.
threw the crap out of me. Oh my
So
God.
what about that Jalico racing game that you're such a fan of?
Jalico racing game?
It was for the PS2, I think.
What was that called? It was for the original Xbox.
Oh, was it?
It was this game called Pulse Racer, and the main mechanic was if you go too fast, your character has a heart attack and dies. Again, not a joke, just a Jalico game. Just the Jalico, again, loose cannon. You can't really predict what they're gonna do.
Bill.
Except back in the Super Nintendo era, this game's very predictable.
Yeah, this game is actually pretty bog standard.
It's pretty by the numbers. Aside from the strange enemy names. Not quite sure what they were thinking.
Sorry, I didn't mean to press pause there.
I thought you froze the game. I would have screamed.
Honey, I'm not freezing any games, I promise. M-Dog asks why I'm a cop. I'm not a cop. I'm a hot cop.
Hot
and I'm getting revenge on the streets because the real cops won't help me.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm not a cop.
I think we're both supposed to be like ex-cops. Like we
were just
were
sick
cops,
of the corruption.
but then we turned good.
Anyway, let's get this N-Gage here. And oh, Dave Matthews is back. Dolphins. Yeah. I wonder if it's a dolphin or if it's the dolphin emulator. Or if it's the original dolphin system.
Kinda doubt it's a dolphin emulator. More likely it's a dolphin prototype, yes. It's the prototype GameCube known as the dolphin.
I guess
wow, I like your moves.
I guess they needed something to do before. Whoa!
That guy,
life hack!
That guy was
That guy was life hacking to that box!
He was getting his Mac on that box over there.
He was trying to hit. He's like, life hack, hit on these
boxes.
boxes.
Like, hey, box, looking good. Damn. You working out, box? Looking pretty good.
Wow, box.
And then the cops come in and beat him up.
Box, did it hurt when you were shipped from heaven? I guess I should say, did it cost much when you were shipped from heaven? Because that must have been a long trip. And the box is like, I'm the box, I can't talk, so it can't really be like, you know. So basically, we're saving that box from having to deal with this guy.
We're invading the box factory, which has been overtaken by box fetishists.
They don't want them here. They don't want to have to deal with these guys.
We had to go all the way down to Mexico to take care of this. No one else wanted to deal with this.
They were like, everybody was like, come on,
We're a couple of San Francisco cops who had to go down to Mexico to save the box factory.
Yeah, actually, the game, like I said, like Danny said earlier, the game does, you're in America, and then all of a sudden you fly to Mexico, and there's no story reason why.
Mm-hmm. We just
so
do.
yeah, so we're there right now, and it's a little odd. Apparently, all the American factories have been overrun in Mexico by these box fetishists, and so the locals are like, man, we can't even get our jobs done. Can you just kick these jerks out? And I'm like, can do, ain't got nothing else to do, buddy.
God, this is like the only hand-to-hand weapon I've seen in the entire game.
And you're just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, man, in Final Fight, you get so many of these.
You get so much weird stuff, too, it's great.
And I lost it already. Goodbye, Wrench.
Snubbles mentions in chat that Jalico City Connection, and I am pretty sure that is a Jalico game. I really like
City Connection. Is pretty darn good, yeah.
One of my favorites, actually.
City Connection, old early 80s arcade game ported to the NES. Not that bad. Pretty interesting.
Then the mechanic is actually pretty fun.
Good music, too.
Oh, yeah, great music. Everybody go play City Connection.
That's
watching
your one big
this,
takeaway.
Watch Ghostbusters by Jalico, and, oh no, it says that they were, Snubbles mentions they are just the publisher for City Connection. I actually do not remember who developed City Connection, unfortunately.
I'm gonna say it's Jalico.
Okay, let's just, oh man, here.
Oh, the world's tiniest baseball bat.
Oh,
Look at it.
It's so tiny! Hey,
Look how small it is.
It looks a little bigger, but the way you're using it like the wrench, you're just like, you're like poking people with it.
Hey, back there is a poster for EDF.
Oh, nice! Glad, I love EDF.
I do too.
That's a fun game.
Not the game you're thinking of. Jalico.
Maybe this is where EDF was developed, you know? They had a development team here doing
Twist.
Stuff.
I'm also Alex.
Oh no! It's two Alexes!
Jalico released a game called EDF for the Super Nintendo. Earth Defense Force, the exact same name as the recent Earth Defense Force series.
Oh hey, who's this guy?
That's a cool guy. Man, he moonwalked away from us. You see that?
And Dory's back. He was like, nope.
Nope. I'm getting out of here.
Jalico did not, apparently, according to M-Dog, the game was published by whatchamacallit was developed by Access Art Amuse, whom I've never heard of.
I have no idea who that is.
It's probably GDRI probably knows that stuff.
Mm-hmm. What happened to their CEO? He just took off.
He was like, he didn't want to deal with this. He was wearing
He moonwalked his ass out of here.
He was, as they say, he was wearing a mask and mascara, so I'm not freaking sure why,
Are we taking on the Luchas here? Is that what's
like,
happening?
lucky for you, I actually have just gotten into Lucha Libre, so I can,
so you know their weaknesses.
I do. Their weaknesses is, well, if he's a Technico, their weakness is basically, I can bite him. If he's a Rudo, his weakness is getting hit in the face with pies.
What about Dynamite? Are they weak against Dynamite?
Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure that, Cybernetico could deal with Dynamite, so I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say dynamite is pretty strong. Baseball bats? Only person who I know who can handle a baseball bat is Sting, and he's I don't think he's ever done lucha.
I'm just beating the crap out of this trash can. What's happening?
Metal Dragon Rider says, a couple of cops got near me too. I think I'd even walk away. Like,
nope.
Nothing to see here, friends. I'm cool.
Hey, officer. See you later.
Oh man, who's this guy? Oh, Dingo's gone.
I'm beating up on dingoes and dog towns.
And jerks.
Always jerks.
Just kind of punching the air here. Yeah, I showed Smebbles mentioned this is a true AAA game, which is a pun because AAA is the really big Lucha Libre organization. Xkeeper mentions that this looks like a cheap ripoff of Final Fight or whatever, and congratulations, it is.
That is exactly what it is. Jalico saw a hole in the market, and they were like, oh my god, Alex!
I love you.
Wow!
I love you so much I gave you a
Kill the
tombstone
shit out
pile
of me.
driver there. It's time to take out the trash, Red Alex, says Snubble. Blue Alex and Red Blue Alex, says T.
You know what? I like Alex much more than Danny in this game, I gotta say.
Thank you!
Because Alex is very wrestling-oriented. It's
and
accurate.
Yeah, actually, yes. I know pile drivers, I know, you know.
Yeah, you do a pile driver.
Oh, I do a
like
pile driver
every
all the
couple
time
hours
on
or so.
you. I'm like,
You're like, hey Danny, check this out. Wham!
I'm like, see, you have to cradle your neck, Danny, to make sure.
I'll learn how to take a bump one of these days, Alex.
Pile drivers.
Once you stop breaking my bones.
Once I stop dying. Oh, boy. I'm pretty sure it's because this character is based off of Hager, who, as you know in Final Fight, he was an extra. Oh, who's this guy?
It's the moonwalking guy.
It's the moonwalking, it's Bartman! It's Bartman!
Oh,
it's
man.
Bartman! Everybody, if you can, do the Bartman!
Bartman's got some
Everybody,
moves.
if you can, shake your can.
Everybody in the house do the Bartman.
Hey!
Body back and forth and side to side.
Hey,
Wow,
listen.
Bartman is just wailing on you.
Listen. First of all, Bartman would totally be rude. Let's face facts. Bart Simpson, total rudo. Total rudo. He doesn't play by the rules. Because you see, the rudos don't play by the rules.
I love that the bad guys in Lucha are called Rudos.
It's true. I know. Well, the good guys are called Technicos, which technically means like technical wrestlers, aka they follow the rules and they're very honorable. I love Lucha Libre. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to shut me up.
Oh man.
This guy looks like Blue Demon. He looks like El Santos and Blue Demon Jr.'s business partner.
I can't stop him when he starts wailing on you, by the way.
That's so good.
He just does what he
kind
wants.
Of kills me. Listen.
There's no stopping.
Mama was yelling, and Papa was too, because I put mothballs in the beef stew.
The Simpsons writers actually objected to that part because they thought it was kind of corny, but Michael Jackson pushed it through. If you don't know what the hell we're talking about, there's a song called "Do the Bartman" based on the show The Simpsons, actually written by Michael Jackson. It's about good old Bart Simpson and how cool he is. Like first season Bart, so it's a little cheesy.
It's great.
But it's great.
Yeah, it's from the album Simpsons Sing the Blues, which I think is actually, out of all the novelty albums I've ever heard, it's the best.
It's an album that Alex and I both had, and that's why we're married today.
We're going to the hideout.
Okay, we finally found the hideout.
It's taken us this long. Hey, love you too.
Hey man, I just want to know if we don't survive this. I love you, man.
I love you too, man.
I love you too, other Alex.
I love you, Alex and Rando Alex.
Cloning myself was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah, I love my clone.
Now I always have someone to hug.
And beat up randos with and engages.
Pretty weird game you made here, Jalico.
Yeah, we don't understand. I guess I'll tell another quick story. I mentioned that Engage story, before I do that, I want to mention chat. Sorry, I got distracted because someone in chat mentioned that they annoyed their parents a great deal by insisting they play that tape in the car, and I had that. My parents they gave me their old cheap CD player when they got a new one, so I would be able to listen to that in my room and not bother them. So yes,
we are nerds. Not like you may have gotten the impression we weren't nerds because we're
No.
cool. We're playing 20-year-old Super Nintendo games for the internet. That's what cool people do.
That we're pretending we may not have modified and everything for
But
joke
actually,
purposes, but
we're huge.
nerds. We're total
We're huge,
nerds.
awful nerds. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, the randos, X-Keeper somehow invaded our game along with Dave Matthews, Andore, Jerks, the Engage, Dogtown, and the Z-Boys. At one point, we fought 50 bees. And then at one point, we fought 26 bears, but more than likely, they were just 26 bear cubs.
Weirdly, 26 bears, smaller than 50 bees.
50
oh,
bees.
here comes our favorite dude. It's John Cena.
Oh no, not John Cena again!
John Cena got his
John Cena wins. There's another warrior.
John Cena got his family heirloom sword back, and that's what gives him his power.
Snubbles asks, well, what else was on that Simpsons Sing the Blues album? Actually, there were they had Homer Simpson doing a cover of Born Under a Bad Sign.
Yeah, there were a couple of songs done in the style of old blues standards, which is freaking weird.
I think it was.
But it actually
interesting.
worked pretty well.
It actually worked because Geffen was David Geffen was a music guy, and you know that Matt Groening was he got his start in the comic scene because he was he wrote music reviews for the LA Weekly, and he was known for his avant-garde taste in music. In fact, he did something with someone. I want to say, I forget who, but he's known for his love of Captain Beefheart and shit and stuff like that. Yeah.
That makes sense then.
So yeah, so the album actually makes sense, and because
if you're a Simpsons fan, give that album a listen. Mr. Burns actually has a song on that album.
I love that. Yeah, and it features what's his face doing a really killer guitar lick.
Yeah. Smithers starts
really,
doing a guitar solo,
and it's really good. And Burns gets upset at him because it's just way too good. Oh, Danny's back.
Danny is back to avenge the box factory.
Yeah. Again,
we had to burn down the box factory. All those boxes completely unusable now because of the box fetishists. We had to burn it down.
They're like, listen, we'll just make a new one. Can you guys just destroy this for us somehow?
You're
Don't
like,
worry
can
though.
do.
Don't worry, we ended up building a new one. So we ended up helping out building a new one for everybody, so everybody could get back to work on making the N-Gauge.
And then we messed up and we beat up that one too. So
yeah,
we
didn't do very well.
We
sorry,
only
everybody.
beat up things. We can't build. We can only destroy.
We don't know how to be constructive, only destructive. Anyways,
there's a little constructive criticism, D. Maddie.
This is what I think of your bus. Wait, that's N-Gauge. Never mind. I have no problems with N-Gauge bus's system. I
guess in terms of Final Fight characters, we are playing as Cody and Hagar. Guy is on vacation.
Guy is like, you know what? We're telling him, yeah, we're gonna fight. We got the N-Gauges, some jerks, some randos, and Guy is like, no, I'm tired.
Let me tell you, I love that you can pile drive boxes and inanimate objects in this game.
That is pretty great.
I just did a suplex on a wooden box. It has its moments, this whole game.
There we go.
The guy's a worrier. You should worry less. Worry less, die more.
I don't know if that's good advice.
That's a life hack for you right there.
Life hack your life.
Life hack, worry less, die more. I finally got a weapon, I'm so happy. I'm hanging on to it too.
Snubbles makes a point in chat. Guy wasn't in the final fight for Super NES, sorry.
That's true, this actually matches up with Super Nintendo Final Fight, which only had Hagar and Cody playable. Unless you went to Blockbuster Video back in the day and rented a copy of Final Fight Guy.
Stop, Lifehack! He was trying to mac on the...
Lifehack is just... he'll take anything he can get.
Lifehack, stop!
Like, hey there, carving of a statue.
I think he was not even that. He was trying to hit on the chain link fence.
The chain link fence.
Gosh, go home, get out of here. No wonder.
Yeah, chain link. You're looking very
I'm
symmetrical.
I'm sorry. All these people. I'm assuming what happened was after he beat them up in America, they all went to Mexico to bother people there, and so we had to be like, sorry, we'll take care of this.
Sorry, guys.
X-Keeper mentions, they ask if one of the Final Fight games had crotch bullets as a debug feature.
Crotch bullets?
Sorry.
I've not heard of
no
that.
idea.
No, that does sound familiar, actually. It sounds like, yeah. I'm not an expert on crotch bullets, but that is probably a thing. This game unfortunately does not have crotch bullets. However, I do have dynamite.
Ah!
Have some
Sorry.
dynamite.
Ow! Ow!
It's here where the monotony starts to set in, which is
Yeah.
good because it's the last stage. We're almost done with this.
Yeah, we're getting through it. So, I guess while some monotony is going, I'll try again to tell my favorite story about that guy with the N-Gage. The guy, anonymous here, but he was a collector of video games, and he had a very large collection. I went to his apartment to go to a road trip with him to San Jose after I had had no sleep in 24 hours. I was a manager at a video store at the time, and I just pulled an all-nighter doing a closing shift, and I hadn't slept. And also, Xkeeper is giving chat a link to some info about the debugging feature and stuff like that. So that's cool. Check that link out, chat. It's actually real informative. So I'm at his place with a friend, and so y'all know, it is 6 a.m. I've had no sleep. I've had coffee and nothing to eat, and my blood sugar is low, and I'm very tired. So I'm at this guy's house, and it seems almost impossible to exist because, it's this guy again. It's 26 bears.
We killed 26 bears before. We can do it again. So you played the N-Gage.
So no, this is before the N-Gage. So I'm at this guy's house, and he has he is such a video game collector that every single room, cupboard, and everything in his house is just stacked full of games, right?
So like me.
No, buddy. Are your kitchen cabinets filled with,
Oh my god, really?
Yes. His kitchen cabinets, his, pantries, everything.
Wow.
His beds. Now, here's the thing. So he's showing me all of this, and it doesn't feel real, obviously. It makes no sense, like seeing just,
Here, have 26 bears.
Oh, cool, 26 bears, thanks. Just seeing, someone open up their kitchen cabinet and have it be filled with sealed Game Boy games.
Oh my
complete
god.
in box. So, he's showing me that, and then he's like, hey, you want to see my NES prototypes? And if you know me, you know that
who this is now.
Yes, you do. You know that I'm a sucker for,
I'm all about the prototypes.
I'm all about the prototypes. So I was like, yes, please show me these games. So, I look, and he just opens his bedside drawer, and in the worst condition, in a way that kind of pissed me off, are all these NES prototypes just scattered about, like you would underwear or socks. And I was just like, it didn't. And then I'm looking at that, and he hands me a copy of specifically Mr. Gimmick for some version of I think the PAL version or something really rare. And I'm holding it, and I'm like, wow! And then all of a sudden, his alarm goes off because we ended up showing up. He actually has the same alarm I had at home. And his alarm
it
goes
felt
off.
like you woke up from a dream where you were handling prototypes.
Well, it was this. I actually freaked out because I was so sleepy, and it was the same alarm as I'd heard at home because we had the same alarm. And he said, haha, I guess it's time to wake up now, as a joke. And I was so tired, I actually had a brief, huge existential crisis because I was seriously worried that my entire life to that point had been a dream that ended up with me holding a copy of this prototype of Gimmick.
Hey, someday you'll wake up, Alex.
And
Until
then,
then, we're fighting 26 bears and 50 bees.
And then I thought to myself, my life is over. I'm going to wake up. And I actually ended up, grabbing my friend's hand really, really tight because I was legitimately terrified.
Oh man, he's back!
Oh no! So that's a story of when I was really afraid of,
That's the best time to play the N-Gage.
Yeah, anyway, so I ended up playing the N-Gage on the trip there at a gas station because he was like, hey, Bartman's back.
The Bartman.
Yeah, everybody, if you can, beat the Bartman.
Now he's learned how to turn invisible.
There.
I don't like that. But I'm in anger mode.
So yeah, you can go into anger mode in this game.
I have the instruction booklet. I should have read that before.
Instructions are wrong and incorrect.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been accurate. I'm trying to beat up Bartman, but Bartman cannot be stopped when he's beating you up. Oh no. Oh no.
Ooh.
So Bartman is like the, was he the last stage boss that we fought?
Yes.
So we should be coming up
on
the
the
final
actual boss. So yeah, we should
quick.
be finishing the game soon.
Yeah, you'll get to see the ending of Rival Turf and see how this great story concludes.
The great story they remember to keep in, yes.
The conclusion that we may have to make up ourselves, like we've made up the rest of the lore for this game.
Stop stopping the box fetishists.
San Francisco cops got to travel to Mexico
to stop the box fetishists from destroying this factory.
Pretty weird, Rival Turf. Pretty weird.
Teeter lets us know to only trust our fists because instructions will never help us. Ugh! Hate this guy.
Had it up to here with Bart.
You know, I really have a fondness for that album, but look at that! I was like, ugh! Total Rudo. Oh wow.
He died from his injuries.
It's not nice.
It's a noble death.
You shouldn't have killed him, maybe.
I don't know. He's being a jerk to us.
Yeah, but...
He sicked all those randos on us back in San Francisco.
Oh man, he tweeted about us with a friggin' thing and was like, hey, look at this guy who I disagree with. And now we're just being invaded.
This movie
is great.
This game is an analogy for modern life on the internet.
Dave Matthews is representing weird celebrities who you end up having to block on Twitter because they somehow end up being really weird to you.
All you do in life, you're just dealing with randos.
Randos.
Throwing them off your back.
Engage fans.
Engage fans are a big problem.
Weird
these
celebrities
days.
who somehow are just really end up turning into 90 celebrities who turned into creeps. Goodness.
Is D. Matty a creep? Well, he did. Okay.
Well, Dave Matthews.
Dave Matthews has his own crimes to answer for, and
like pouring sewage on people, supposedly accidentally. We've mentioned it many times before, but
not on Co-Optimus.
Okay. Oh my gosh!
It's
tough enough.
It's the final boss. Tough enough.
Oh, man.
Rival Turf's main rival in the Super Nintendo era.
It's tough enough.
Wow, he's got glowy fists. I don't know. He spit out a fireball. Did you see that?
Did you see that?
His friend, his toady there is applauding him. Yeah.
Z-Boys is. Sorry.
I'm. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. I gotta take care of Z-Boys. I can't stand. Okay, he at least doesn't have an audience.
Okay, at least he doesn't have some audience member. Oh gosh!
Whoa, that ruled. This guy's awesome.
Come on.
I'm staying away. I don't want to deal with tough enough.
I don't care.
I am not tough enough.
I am, friend. Sorry.
Good lord.
That's okay because I end up suplexing that guy anyway.
Tough enough is turning us against one another.
He is.
Oh no, he's got red fireballs now. He's
I don't
angry.
trust those. Oh, now they're blue. Hey, that doesn't seem likely.
Wow, he's just tossing us around like we're nothing.
This stinks.
Tossing us around like we're just 50 Bs or something.
Nuh-uh, we're not 50 Bs for Danny and Alex. Don't try that for tough enough. He might be, he's like, oh hey, every time he's just screaming, hey punk, every time he opens his mouth.
Hey punk! You
Hey,
tough
punk!
enough? This magical karate man.
I hate him.
He can take a lot of punishment, this guy. Man, imagine getting to this point and then running out of continues. How much of a bummer would that be?
The worst.
Good thing Danny's version of Rival Turf, that doesn't happen.
Danny's version is the best.
My personalized version that I sent, that Jalico sent me.
And I think that's time.
Time!
Time!
New world record for 2-player mode. Oh, he's so sad! I'm sorry,
Aw.
Tough Enough.
Sorry, tough enough.
But you have not destroyed my heart, my will.
He's gonna build an even more powerful game. And I guess he's gonna make his own game now. Or not. Or is that him just kind of descending into another game?
I don't think he'll be building anything soon. Nope. Because we're the baddest of good guys.
Nice. The end. Well.
That is a complete playthrough of Rival Turf. You saw it happen with your own 2 eyes. And now the video is freaking out for some reason.
And that's
cool.
it.
That was it? That
That's
5
it.
seconds of ending is what we get for an hour of gameplay? That's okay. Whatever, Rival Turf.
So just to mention again to anybody watching this who may be confused, shall we let them know how we did it? We'll let you know how we did it.
Let's pull back the curtain. In this game, if you get on the high score table, enter your name as CHRCONF. That will bring up a menu that lets you rename every single character in the game, and frankly,
and it keeps it, as you can see.
it here in the demo. That's frankly the only way to play Rival Turf. The only way we've ever played Rival Turf, me and Alex, is to rename all the characters, because it's funny.
It is. I mean, is there anything more satisfying than beating up Tough Enough?
As for the unlimited continues thing, I'm using a Game Genie. Sorry, everyone. We're not hardcore gamers. We can't beat Rival Turf with a mere 5 continues. Who's Yuma? That's weird. I don't know what the deal is with that. But I hope you've enjoyed watching us play through Rival Turf for the Super Nintendo. Is this on Virtual Console? I think it is. I want to say it's on Wii Virtual Console. If you want to pay $8 for Rival Turf, that's your prerogative. I wouldn't recommend it. You should just play Streets of Rage 2 instead.
Yeah, seriously.
It has its moments, though. And
you can name everybody you can name everybody randos if you're having a bad day on social media, and it's fun.
And it has that beautiful box art.
Oh, look at those kids.
I love those fellas. I hope you've enjoyed the latest episode of Couch Co-Optimus. This has been Danny and Alex.
I'm Alex.
You can find me on Twitter at DB_COWAN, and Alex is Cat in a Helmet.
Sounds like it, spelled like it sounds.
And you should also check out Co-Optimus on Twitter. There you can see our latest updates. Go to cooptimus.com to find out all the games that have cool co-op features, including Rival Turf. And I guess a little bit more recent games, if you're playing, what is it called? Bloodbart?
The Blood game.
Bloodletting? Bloodborne, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's the new co-op game everyone's playing instead of Rival Turf for some reason.
I don't know. Well, maybe, it'll die off and people will come back to the classic.
Hey, yeah, Rival Turf is forever. Bloodborne, just a flash in the pan sort of thing. But if you want to check out co-op info on that or any other game, check out Co-Optimus, because that's what we're there for. We document co-op, because co-op is the most fun way to play games. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you later.
See you guys.